Radio Network, presented by Patriot Patch Company and Camerano.com. Howdy, everyone. Tonight, we have Bill from Otis Technologies. What is Otis Technologies, you want to know? Well, Bill's going to let us know. Bill, I personally know about Otis because I have a whole kit and caboodle. So you know how old that is.
Yeah, sure.
I've actually, so my neighbor, shortly after my wife and I got married, my neighbor actually gave me it. Because I went and bought one of those cheap outers, simple cleaning kits, and it just
Yep.
wasn't cleaning it. And so I was talking to the neighbor. He goes, "Oh, no, 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 no. Here, you got to try this." And I finally got to the point where I got tired of pushing everything back in, and so I called to get. I showed this last week, but I called to get a replacement because this is all foam, and after 30 years, it kind of wears out its tension. Um, and I was blown away that they literally sent me a new one for free. They warrantied it out and sent me one, and I'm like, I was going to pay for it, but thank you. So,
Oh, so glad you had a positive experience, and
oh yeah,
I think that's the reputation that we've established from day one.
yeah, yeah. I mean, just so speaking of day one, why don't you tell us about the history of Otis?
Sure. Well, it all started on a hunting trip between Doreen Williams and her dad, Jerry, about 40 years ago. In fact, this year we're celebrating our 40th anniversary.
I saw that.
And so they went out for for a deer hunt, and lo and behold, Doreen had accidentally, I think, either tripped or what have you. I don't recall exactly what the situation, but basically the barrel of her gun got stuck in the mud, and that was the end of the hunt. So they had to go back home. That was the end of that day's hunt, and she was looking for something to clean her gun, and went through her granddad's some of his World War II stuff, found something, and proceeded to clean out her gun. Well, her dad also a tool and die maker, and that kind of started the business. They first started, on the kitchen table, and made some kits, and moved out to the garage and made some more kits, and here we are 40 years later with a lot of effort, and the entire family being involved in taking the business to where it is today. We have been supplying the U.S. military for almost 30 years now, so it's battle proven. It's been in every theater for the last 30 years, and the same thing that we do for our veterans and our active duty soldiers is the same product that goes into our commercial products as well. So it's the same reputation, same product, same people, same processes, same materials, and which is why we have a strong piece of the market. Maybe costs a little bit more, but as far as value, you can't beat it, because all the stuff that's coming from all the other options are really coming from Asia. So you get what you pay for.
I can absolutely say it's worth it. A couple of the brushes that are in there are actually still the original brushes.
How about that? Yeah,
because they've lasted.
Yeah.
The pistol brushes. I mean, rifle brushes will take a beating, but the pistol brushes are so.
Sure.
And that reminds me, I got to order more patches. The patches are amazing. Unfortunately, I have to order more, so I can't show them off. But maybe you can if you've got one handy. The nice thing is about the patches, you can use it 6 different times.
Sure. You can flip it back and forth, and there's 3 slots on it.
Yep.
We do have on our website, the technique that's used. What I really like about the patch, if folded properly, is it's almost, think of it as an inverted umbrella.
Mm-hmm.
That's able to swab, the complete 360-degree circumference of the inside of a barrel. So it was a clever approach that we had patented, and it's been proven over the years to be extremely reliable from a cleaning or lubricating standpoint.
Yeah. Speaking of cleaning and lubricating, how did y'all decide on your formula for CLP?
Well, back when our I think our greatest success, if I could just kind of take a high level approach, I think our success, not just with our CLP but with all our products, is we listen to our customers, voice of the customer, and whether we're talking to commercial customers, or we work with Picatinny, we work with the different labs at Army out of Wayland, or different bases that our guys go to and so forth. We listen to the customer, and that's really the key if one wants to be successful in any business, is really listening to your customers. What do they want? What do they deem valuable? Sometimes I've got to be careful myself, because being a competitive shooter and so forth, my needs may be only a fraction of what the entire the majority of customers that are out there are either new to firearms. We know how many NICS checks there are every year. Many of them are new shooters entering our space. So we want to make sure that we're solving their problems, as well as having solutions for competitive shooters, for those and everyone in between, right? Because it becomes critical. Well, so going back to the CLP, we tried a number of different formulations back in the day, and quite frankly, we settled on the formula that we have today. We haven't changed in quite some time, but we're also always looking for something different to see if there's a better response. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So
and that stuff ain't broke.
Yeah,
that's why I've got.
There you go.
So
yeah.
I think one of the coolest things with that is the fact that the bottle that came with the kit and caboodle, you can refill.
Yeah. So, right. And the applicator, right? I mean, it's got fine application. I mean,
yeah.
One of the things that it's funny, when I do my CCW classes, I make sure that it's clear that more is not better.
No.
Right. So in fact, I tend to run stuff dry and let it fail before I actually will put more stuff in. But and I tell folks that the more you put in there, the more mud you're going to create. So you want to be very careful on exactly what you're using for lubricant, as well as how much you want to put in there, because it could be actually a detriment and a liability if you put too much.
Absolutely. So what prompted the expansion out of cleaning products? Because you do have a bunch more stuff than just the basic cleaning products.
Yeah, well, I think it's again, we want to be one-stop shop. So as we listen to more and more customers, there's always, hey, it'd be great if you had this, it'd be great if you had that, and how do we make cleaning easier? How do we make cleaning better, or take less time? For example, the ripcord is a consequence of that discussion. Having something unique where pulling something through and not having to worry about the barrel being so hot that it melts that product inside your barrel. So, what I often do, what I have a ripcord in my range bag. If between stages at a competition, I'll just throw it through the ejection port and run it through the barrel, and just clean it up, or up through the grip and clean the feed ramp into the pistol. There's a couple different uses there, but it makes for real fast and handy cleaning. So again, it really comes down to listening to our customers, and trying to expand the product offering, and having a, one-stop shop. Because if you want to buy Otis products, there's no need to buy any of the other products. We have it all.
Yep. If you can answer, and maybe you can't, but how much of the business is civilian versus military LEO?
Well, I will say that both of them are significant. They are both important parts to our business. It's also, sometimes when one is up, the other one is down, and vice versa. Certainly during the 20 years of GWAT, I can tell you there was a lot of product that came through our building. Certainly not just ourselves, but others that have been supplying that space certainly are producing less as a consequence. But I'd say it's still we couldn't survive if it was just military sales, and we couldn't survive if it was just commercial. We have a nice complement between the two, and again, it's valuable to have two, even though they're in the kind of the same cleaning of products. They're really in two different markets that help to offset difficulties in the marketplace.
It's kind of nice to have that diversity.
Absolutely.
So,
I find your kit to be ideal for my backpack when I'm hunting and that kind of stuff. That's when I use your kit. I go out and deer hunt, and that's when I find it can get me through weeks worth of deer hunting without a problem.
Sure.
When I get into other precision parts of shooting, well, then it gets tougher.
Yep.
Because of the things that I want. But I love the size. I mean, we're talking something about the size of my fist that I can throw in my backpack in a pocket,
Right.
and get me out of a bind if, like I say, if you fall.
Sure.
Or something else. And the problem with deer hunting, and especially where Mike and I are at, is there always seems to be rain or snow or something happening on there. And
Yep.
we're out there, wiping guns down, and the CLP is great for treating the outside. Yeah, it's just there. And,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but my hunting rifles, I'm not real concerned about putting a precision bore guide down in it and carrying a 42 or 44 inch cleaning rod with me out in the field.
Well, that's really been, I think, the key to our success of having a portable cleaning kit. And that's why it was so popular and easy to convince the U.S. military to use that. I mean, back in the day, it was, well, and we still sell plenty of the envelope, with the steel rods that are still standard issued in some places. But from it was the round pack has been easy to carry, in your rucksack, doesn't take a whole lot of room. And if you're sitting, you're out down range, and need to keep that rifle clean. That's the product to use. And whether it's in combat or whether hunting camp and cleaning the rifle between the days you're up at a deer stand or on a ground blind, having that available, it's a lot easier than having a big tackle box type of cleaning kit, right? And to your point, there is, I mean, when I go, to a 3-day gun event, I've got I've got more stuff with me, especially if I'm 3-gunning. I got to clean a shotgun rifle and pistol as well. So I've got more stuff that's with me. But again, that's where we have everything. We have the small round packs to a big range box. We've got it all.
Well, the nice thing that I always found was that your kit, like I say, it fits in my backpack, great. But when I'm going out to the stand or something else, I have it in one of my pockets of my pants,
Right.
in the side pocket or something like that. Doesn't get in the way.
Right.
I mean, there's just no problem whatsoever. I can get stuff out, and it's all right there in a 6-inch round package.
Yeah. Yeah.
I am not a big AR fan, even though I have a few. But I'm mostly a precision shooter.
Mm-hmm.
But they're just, I'm really negative on a lot of the cloth pull through type gun cleaning kits. I'm not happy with those. They seem to spread junk through the barrel as you're cleaning. Whereas your kit, I have a patch that I can change. I have a brush that I can pull through.
Right.
Independent of each other, where I don't have a brush and a wad of cloth that is following.
Yeah.
That I can't change.
Right.
What am I going to do with it? It's just pulling carbon back through it and sanding my barrel down.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, especially precision shooting. If you're a precision shooter, you've got a very specific cleaning approach that you feel comfortable with, and every precision shooter has a different methodology. So that's why a lot of times there's no one solution, and whatever people have had good luck with on their PRS, it's unique. Every shooter is different.
Well, I'm just saying that this is a handy item. I take it when we go prairie dog shooting. Okay.
Oh, nice.
You take it out, and every so often you need to pull something through the barrel to get it cooled off or something.
Sure.
Beats taking the bolt out, getting the big rods out, running it through. Yeah, when I go to the hotel or wherever we're staying, yeah, the rods are coming out, and the stands, and making a mess of the motel room. And that,
be honest now, how many towels have you used that you've either thrown away or taken home? No, that's okay.
In the old days, when I used to shoot prairie dogs in the old days, you were shooting 3,000 to 5,000 rounds in a week. Okay, you can't do that anymore. I just can't find that place. But you're still shooting 500 rounds a day, in a good prairie dog town.
Do you go out to Idaho or Montana, or where do you prefer?
Mostly South Dakota.
Okay.
And I've been going there since the early '80s. And
what caliber are you using?
All over. 223s, 222s, 6mm, a lot of 6mm now. I shoot a 308 out there. So it's, all over the place. Yeah. Don't go over 308. I can't see lobbing, 338 Lapuas at 6-inch by 3-inch dog.
Yeah, that gets expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when a smaller caliber will do. Especially like a 220 Swift or
22-250.
22-250.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, first 22-250, first gun that I ever shot a barrel out of on a prairie dog hunt. So,
Well, that's I did. If I recall, I mean those muzzle velocities are up close to 4,000, aren't they, or over 4,000?
Close to 4,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Doesn't take much.
That's what they make guns. I call it. That's what they make gunsmiths for.
Sure.
Okay? Got to keep
Exactly.
them in business.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, there's that, and I learned to turn my own barrels and everything else. So I learned how to take care of them, because it takes a lot of time to turn a barrel.
Sure. So you bought blanks and it turned the contour, or
I bought the contoured already,
okay,
but I still had to cut the threads, and cut it so the recoil lug would fit, and then go and turn the threads and then chamber.
nice.
The guy I learned from was a gunsmith, and he taught me how to reload and how to chamber a barrel and everything else.
Nice. Well, it's a losing art if we don't get people to continue doing that.
Yes. I was talking with my niece today, and she asked me to take out her two sons and start them shooting.
Nice.
So
no, that's what we got to do. We got to keep paying it forward and have continue the legacy and the love that we have of the sport.
That's my retirement career as gunsmith. If you see over my shoulder, actually, I don't think you can see it now with the camera pointing down, but on top of my gun safe there, I've got Modern Gun School. Their distance learning program that I'm working on.
Oh, sure.
So a lot of good information in there. And when I retire from my current job in 4 years, that's what I'm going to be doing.
Excellent.
Work for myself. So Paul was talking about pulling carbon and everything back through. How do you keep that from happening with the ripcord?
Well, I mean, you have in the ripcord, it's a pretty tight weave, so it certainly will. You come through there. First of all, the cleaning area could be as long as 8 or 9 inches long. Hold on a second. Let me go grab one here.
Yeah. I don't see lead getting banned.
So this is a typical 9mm that I have.
Yeah.
You see that there's a smaller diameter end here. And as you get to this fat portion, so it starts off as a aircraft cable. Mm-hmm. And then over this portion here, which is about 10 or 11 inches long, we mold a contoured, it's an elastomer, we'll call it rubber for now.
Yeah.
And then we weave Nomex over the entire length. So okay. Nomex has a high temperature of 700 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah. This will not get hung up in melt in the barrel. But there's a texture to this ripcord. So there's kind of a relief that is molded through. I don't know if we can get real close. You can notice that it's not round, but it's got a contour to it. So that's a great way to explain it. So any dirt is going to get encapsulated. By the time you get to the end of this fat portion, that dirt is not going to come through. So you can go through your ejection port multiple times. This can also be clean too. I mean, you can throw it you can throw it in the washing machine. You can throw it in a soapy solution. You can whatever, let it dry and it'll be good to go.
It's good for the wife.
Just leave it in your pants pocket. Don't tell her, and she won't get pissed off, right?
See? There you go.
Where there's a will, there's a way, right? I mean,
That's right.
So happy wife, happy life. But yeah, it's I love our ripcords. I think it does a great job. You can even put a brush on the end of it if you want. You can put a mop on the end of it. You can, so you can get aggressive with it. You can run it through a couple times. You can even throw some CLP on it if you want. I think I'd use something else other than using the CLP. You could put a patch at the end. You could put a after you come through, you could put a one of our slotted tips and run the patch through either clean or wet with CLP. So lots of different uses for it, but we have it for every caliber. Every caliber is a different color. This is a 9mm. I've got 5.56. 5.56 is smaller. Oops. Hopefully I didn't lose you.
Nope.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
So it's a different color, smaller diameter. This is a little longer length because obviously it's a rifle length, whereas this is actually this will actually work in a PCC as well, pistol caliber carbine. But yeah, it's a popular product for us, extremely effective, and absolutely needs to be part of everyone's cleaning kit.
Excellent. Yeah, I recommended I used to work for Bass Pro until my boss, part-time, until my boss made me mad back in August, and then I was like, no, I'm out of here.
It's funny you say that. I used to work with a guy in a sister company, and I asked him, hey, Rich, when do you plan on retiring? He says, well, I tell my boss it could be 5 years or 5 minutes. It all depends if you piss me off.
Yep.
So anyhow, food for thought. Anyone listening to this podcast, be brave and tell your boss that.
There you go.
Be prepared to walk out the door.
Oh, that's awesome. So, how did the bone tool come about?
Well, again, that was a voice of the customer type of arrangement. I can tell you that there was a lot of work when that came through. There was no product out there that was really effective in cleaning the BCG, boat carrier group. And there's even though there's a mil spec, there is a lot of variations that are out there when you're talking about a BCG on an AR-15. So there was a lot of sampling of various products, those that were, those that led the industry at that time in fabricating primarily the BCG, although, our bone tool also not only cleans the bore of the BCG, but cleans the bolt as well as the firing pin, the debris on the backside of the firing pin. So there was a lot of trials and tribulations that went with it, but it's still the best product out there. I mean, there's a number of different products that are out there.
Well, cost-wise, it beats the hell out of Leatherman's.
Oh yeah.
So.
And it's portable. I mean, you could put it in that round kit, our kit that Mike showed earlier. I mean, it fits right in that pack. So yeah, it's pretty effective. I mean, there's the one thing about the bone tool, and again, it's really when you're in a combat situation, you go through 500 rounds and you start having malfunctions, the time that you want to get that thing clean enough to shoot another 500 rounds. The point is not really to take it to brand new condition again, because you are going to have variations in machine surface profiles. So it gets you back in the fight and so forth. And again, the drill sergeant isn't going to be happy with once he rubs his white gloves on any part of the gun. You're going to be cleaning it over and over again. So this isn't a magic solution. You're still going to get razzed by your drill sergeant. So, but it does get you back in operation, and it's a handy tool to clean that debris out of the BCG and bolt and firing pin.
Now, in the notes that I'd sent you, because I didn't bother looking, I was asking if there was going to be one in 7.62, but you already offer it.
Yeah.
Now, is there a need for other? I mean, is it just simply 5.56 takes care of everything AR-15 and 7.62 takes care of everything 308, or I mean AR-10, or?
Yeah, I mean that's where the volume is. I mean, I know there's lots of other calibers that are
out there,
but the market is not big enough to really have a different caliber. I mean,
makes sense.
Let's face it, before the bone tool, people would jam, brushes and, all kinds of stuff. That's what they're going to do on the Bushmaster or, all the other calibers that are out there. But it just doesn't make sense with the kind of low volume that exists out there relative to the entire market.
Yeah. So what's your most popular item?
I'd say the Elite. I think the what you held up there is probably our greatest volume. Our pistol kits. A lot of people have been very much interested in our pistol kits, both with the cable system as well as the fixed rod. I mean, that's one thing that fundamentally we made sure, because there's a market out there for people that love the cables, and there's a market out there of people that like solid rods. We can't just be cable only, right? And for many years we were. I mean, that was kind of our staple product.
Right.
So we have it all. We have 36-inch rods for precision shooters. We have multiple piece rods for remote cleaning of product kept in a smaller pack. We got cable systems. We have our range box, which is that's kind of our Mac Daddy that has it's a great handy little box that it's like a big toolbox type of thing with multiple compartments and so forth. So it's there's a lot of I mean, we have smaller boxes as well for containing and so forth, but I'd say the Elite and our pistol kits have become very popular for us, especially over the last during COVID. I mean, during COVID, anybody that made anything gun related, people were buying whatever they could. And I think that there was a lot of new shooters. That's one of the things that every year there's new shooters coming into the space, and especially when COVID and some of the violence that you saw are out there in the news. A lot of people wanted some protection. They wanted to make sure that that they had the ability to protect themselves, and both women and minorities were the fastest growing segment in our space when it comes to firearms. So and everybody we're all, Second Amendment is for everybody.
That's right.
It's for all Americans, not just for a few. It's for everybody. That's our fundamental right, and we at Otis are strong believers of that. And when you look at really what's gone on in the marketplace too, you go back 15 years ago, other than the state of Vermont that had it in their constitution, there were 30 constitutional carry states today.
Yeah.
That's more than half the country.
Mm-hmm.
I think what's gone on since, quite frankly, 2008 has really expanded the market for, a lot more people are interested, and quite frankly, is people that are also not Republicans. There's a lot of Democrats and independents that, again, the Second Amendment is there to protect everybody, not just a few of us.
Yep.
Looking at your Sportsman's Range Box Universal Gun Cleaning Kit, that is a very nice setup for considering what you're getting with it and everything else. And the price is reasonable.
Yeah,
I see it.
Well, we have to be competitive, Paul. Right? I mean, even though our product, we think our product, we know our product's the best, but again, you have to match the value with the price so that customers feel comfortable that they're getting what they're paying for.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I like it because you can set up the gun inside the cradles, and you got everything there, from the brushes, the jags, everything is all there.
Yep.
Gun grease, the whole 9 yards.
Yep.
That's nice. I have one that I've put together, and I guarantee you I have a lot more money than that in it.
Yeah.
It's it really is a nice, handy do-all cleaning kit that you can. I don't even want to call it a kit. I want to,
It's a cleaning station. It's really like a cleaning station, right? You could put it on your kitchen table, and your wife would not get mad at you because all the debris would stay within the cleaning station, right?
Yeah.
All together.
So that's, and I know I've taken up my wife's table a number of times, and she, not happy, but
yeah, they get over it.
She puts up with you, right, Paul?
She has put up with me for 45 years, so yeah.
God bless. God bless.
Yep.
I've been married 40 years myself, so I'm right behind you.
Yeah.
Crikey, I ain't got much then. I got 29. I got a ways to go.
There you go.
So, but
yeah, it's the innovation that you guys brought into it with your cables type cleaning is what I was interested in, because I could before I would carry a brass weight in case I stuck a bullet in the bore or whatever.
Yeah,
I've been able to use yours to knock one out.
Sure.
Which is something.
Yeah.
Knock cases out with it.
Sure.
So there have just doing those two things with your cable kit is dynamite.
Yeah, well, and like you said, all within a fist size size kit, and when that cable comes in through the muzzle end and it's restricted by the barrel diameter, it's like a solid rod.
It is, and it sure beats the hell out of dropping a 4 or 5 inch long brass rod down your barrel.
Yeah.
Numerous times,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's what where I like it. I mean, it's there. I mean, it is a superior kit to have with which any and all hunters should have.
Sure. No, I appreciate that, but you're right. You're right. That's a very typical application.
Um,
Yeah, it just nothing like it. And um, I've got a couple of things. The thing that I like is even if you have like I've got the kit and caboodle, but you can get the brushes. I got the I just picked up 12 gauge brushes, and then um this was a 10 pack kit that's
Yeah.
22, 30, 27, and then 40 and 45 and 35. So
Yeah. Yeah.
pretty much covers everything. Although it doesn't really fit, the brushes don't really fit well in a 7x57. So now I got to go to a 7 millimeter brush. So,
Yeah.
but um, yeah, I mean, just absolutely amazing products. I've talked to the booth a couple times at SHOT, and when the opportunity presented itself, I'm like, oh yeah, definitely want to be able to get you on because, like I said, I've had one for almost 30 years now and love it. It's in my range bag when I go hunting. It comes out of the range bag, goes into the hunting pack. Um, so
Yeah, no, it's and that's really what we're trying to reach out to, doing podcasts like yours and others and really just trying to reach out to, all shooters. I mean, once people develop a protocol and they're cleaning, it's sometimes tough to get them to change.
mhm.
But certainly, new shooters that are looking for a valid and proven approach to cleaning, we'd like to think that we're an obvious choice, but we can't rest on our laurels. We've got to show people. We got to do things. We got lots of videos. We do. We sell to the entire supply chain that's out there, or the value chain that's out there, whether it's distributors, our gun stores. We're huge supporters of our stores that are selling our product. We also sell it. We have an e-commerce site as well, so people can go to our website and order all the materials that we have.
That's where I'm at right now.
Good, awesome. So there's a lot. There's lots of different channels, and again, there's other brands that have been around for a long time, but they made the deal with the devil where they've gone to Asia to try to come up with lower cost approaches. But
Yeah.
you get what you pay for. It's
well,
and again, it's how many cleaning kits are you actually going to buy in your lifetime? Well, why not just make the investment in buying Otis, and the consumable components are a small fraction of the cost. You just keep buying them from us, and again, we make it easy from having our own e-commerce site. If your local dealer doesn't have it, you can ask them about it and saying, hey, I really want the Otis product, how come you don't have it, right? But if they never do, just visit our website and we send it along.
the one thing that gets me is everybody has gone when I started shooting. You went and bought a gun cleaning kit, um, and it was three rods that you screwed together, and they were aluminum. And if anybody knows anything, what happens to aluminum? It oxidizes, and that's sandpaper.
Yep.
So that's not what you want to go through your rifle bore. Um, so here you have a coated steel cable that is rigid when it needs to be, but loops up and packs nicely.
Yeah.
Oh, tremendous.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
um, it's coated. You know, well, my rods that I buy are coated too.
Yeah.
My steel rods are coated.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense, you know. And buying a quality kit is just, what is a hunt worth to you nowadays?
Right.
I
Right.
mean, if you go on a guided hunt, you're looking at between $3,000 and $16,000,
Yeah.
depending upon what you want. And you're going to trust yourself to a $16 kit,
Spend another $10 and get,
right?
get a good quality, right?
Right.
Get
You
an
know,
Otis product.
exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and that's, what I say is, yeah, here is what you want. This is the way to go,
Yeah.
and the support behind it is great, much better than you're going to get with the other companies,
Yeah.
Yep.
on their portable
Absolutely.
kits.
Yeah, no, exactly. You try, first of all, who do you call? I mean, those other companies don't even have a phone number that you can talk to. You got to send them an email, and maybe somebody will respond to you.
Right.
Yeah, well, my writing in Chinese is very poor. Mandarin is not my official language, so yeah,
I get it.
it's much easier for me to send an email or make a phone call to somebody like you, that his language is English to begin with,
Yeah.
or American English. Let's go do it the right way, versus my Mandarin.
Yeah. Yeah. I a number of times, every once in a while, I get either our customer service folks will either send me a really nice note email from someone, or a really
Nasty.
bad note, and I have responded to both, and and just number one, thanking them if they've got a positive note that and they want to know something more, and I'll spend 10-15 minutes with them talking. Same thing with someone that's not happy with the product, and those all become learning opportunities, right? Those all become, maybe there's something that we haven't considered, that somebody is having a unique experience that we may have to take into account, or maybe they're unfamiliar with exactly how to use the product. So it becomes a learning opportunity, and we shouldn't be shy to responding to both good and bad messages. It's like with any product that we buy, it's not just the product, it's the experience with the company and the product, right? And how is it to deal with Otis? We strive to make it a very positive experience, regardless of what the issue is, and even what the final outcome is. It's been part of our DNA from day one, and all the folks that work for us feel the same way.
Like I say, you speak English.
Yes. Yes, sir.
But that, your customer service is good. You ship products out quickly, and I visit a few gun stores every year, and I am surprised that many do not have your product, but they have all the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
And when I find it, yeah, I'll go to that gun store and buy, the stuff that I need.
Right. Well, we've it's funny because the dealers over the last 2 or 3 years, we put a heavy emphasis on our dealer support, and we have actually reduced the minimum buys so that some of the smaller gun shops can afford to stock our product, because look at all the different categories that they have to stock. How many holsters can a gun store support, right? first of all, they can't afford to have more than one brand. And then when you have one brand, how many different guns are you going to try to have, right? Same thing with cleaning products, which is why we try to strive to have, the broadest range of product offerings so that it's one-stop shopping. You can buy everything that you want from Otis, or we also have our Shooter's Choice product line that one could have. So, yeah, that's
Well, if the store, I understand a retail shop is not, as a gun store or gunsmith, is not going to carry everything. He has a limited dollars to for inventory.
right.
But the nice thing about it is that if he's carrying your product already, that I can walk in and say, "Can you get me this?" And they will.
Right.
And then I'm supporting the gun shop, supporting you, and I'm supporting myself because I'm buying a product I know that's going to be quality.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Do you want me to touch base?
Yeah.
Mr. Barlow has a question here.
Yeah.
What's the best way to clean revolver cylinder burn marks? I'm assuming that what he's referring to is once you're shooting the cylinder, the outside surfaces of the cylinder or the frame around the cylinder is getting dirty. One of the things that we have what's called an AP brush. Let me hold on a second. Let me grab a couple things here.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I just good question.
Yeah. I have an answer.
Might as well have my own little store here at
There you go.
home.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple things that I would use. So we have what's called an AP brush. So we have kind of three different versions. There's a soft nylon bristle brush that you see here that's kind of clear in color. We have a blue. Well, this is a little dirty because you can see I can use this. We have a stainless steel version as well as a copper version. I didn't bring that out. Depending on if your revolver is stainless or blued. If it's stainless, you could probably get a little more aggressive, but you could start off with the clear brush as far as see if that is sufficient to clean the bluing. You could go to the blue, which is, again, this is just a stiffer plastic bristle. I would not use the stainless version on a blued revolver. And you could use our Otis 085 product. This is the one, the CLP one stop that could work. We also have a Shooter's Choice. Hold on, let me grab Shooter's Choice product.
Yeah. Rumble is working well tonight. Yay.
If the CLP doesn't work, I kind of like this Shooter's Choice MC7 bore cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
This does a nice job in the inside of a barrel. So if like one of the first things I'll do on a rifle or even in my pistols is I'll take one of the patches, make sure it's soaked with this bore cleaner, and I'll run it through the barrel and let it sit. So clean the rest of the receiver or the gun or what have you. Give it some time to kind of get at the buildup, and then start the cleaning process. Does a really, really nice job on. I'm a huge fan of this. So this could, if you have some stubborn stains on the revolver, that will certainly do it. The other thing we have are what's called like 085 wipes. So this is a product that once you're clean the gun, this is basically their wipes that have been soaked with 085. Just wipe the outside of it. If you're going to have the gun in the safe for a while, you want to make sure that it's protected. That's definitely one thing you want to use.
Just so I know it's going to be a little off, but your blue brush and for revolver faces, the cylinder face and up at the crane area and that, JB bore bright. Okay, does very good at cutting away the
Carbon.
carbon and the brush is soft enough where it won't harm the finish.
Yeah.
The JB bore bright is works great with a lot of things, but yeah, for revolvers, that's one of the ways that you can clean it up. But your blue brush, oh wow,
Yeah. My blue brush is my go-to brush, unless I'm really working at a bolt face or the face,
locking lugs,
locking lugs and stuff like that, because it can get pretty aggressive. And the nice thing about these brushes is it has two ends, so you get the big fat end on this side down to a nice small skinny one on the other. So really popular brush that we make, and
it's a bigger brush at the head than most of the ones you can buy, and gives you a lot more cleaning surface than most of the ones that everybody tries to sell you.
Right. Right. Right.
And,
No, good question on the revolver. The other thing is, I for those of us that, so I was a revolver guy when I first started shooting back when I was 18 years old, but I moved to semi-automatics. But now I'm back to the last 4 or 5 years. I've been shooting revolvers as well. So I have a Jerry Micklick Smith & Wesson 929 revolver, which is an 8-shot 9mm revolver with moon clips. So I call that my fun gun when I'm competing at open revolver, because I use an SRO red dot on top of that 929, and it's my fun gun. But I've also shot, my wife's gun is a GP 100 match 357 that those of us that have 357s know that if you shoot too many 38s, you better clean that cylinder all the way through, or you'll never put another 357 back in there again, right?
Not without a hammer.
So, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm looking at one of those Micklick guns from Smith & Wesson.
Yeah, Smith just came out with it's going to be a safe queen, because I think they want $3,500 for her. They've got the one that he I forget the model number, but it's the same one that he had that 299 record of 12 shots in 299 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got a nice kit, but it's $3,500. If I buy that, it's going in the safe. I'll never shoot it. And I hate having safe queens. I shoot all my guns.
Yep.
No safe queens for me. They all get shot.
Exactly.
So Clifford Zach wants to know, is a civilian CLP the same as a military CLP, as far as Otis is concerned?
Well, we have yes, the two are the same.
So, you have a few different cloth options, don't you?
Well, we have I believe we have the silicone gun cloth that just came out.
Then you've got the ones with 085.
Yeah.
And I was looking earlier. Where did I see that? There we go. So you've got the lead cleaning hand wipes. You've got the microfibers. You've got the Shooter's Choice firearms wipes.
Yep.
Silicone gun cloth, and then the 085 CLP wipes.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's pretty handy to have. The lead cleaning hand wipes comes in a couple different options. Firearms wipes, the 085 comes in a couple different options. And then
I think we have the 40 count. I think we got the 40 count on the 085.
Yep. And for those of you who worry about things drying out, the lead cleaning hand wipes, they've actually got 50 count individual wrapped as well. So, but
yeah, you always got to be careful with shelf life on some of the stuff.
Yeah. So,
and that's the other thing is I mentioned this in my CCW classes, but if it's been a while since you've cleaned your gun, so I carry every day.
Yep.
And I change my magazines every 5 to 8 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But I also make sure I clean it. And for those that are just occasional gun users, or EDC, there's debris that collects, especially if you keep it in your pocket in a sticky holster or
Yep.
a lot of shit will build up. And I tell people don't put anything else in that pocket. If you got a gun in that pocket, that's the only thing that goes in there and it stays in there. But there's a lot of lint and stuff that can build up. You've got to make sure that if you want that gun to be reliable, if you need it, you want to make sure that it's clean and ready to go each and every time.
I usually take mine.
The J-frame lint collector.
Used to carry an LC9S, and now I've got a P365, and every 2 weeks it gets broken down completely.
Yep.
And you'd be amazed how much lint those things collect in
2
weeks.
Oh yeah. Well, and even I primarily carry appendix carry, and I always wear a polyester T-shirt behind, underneath. But during the summertime, if you're sweating, that gun's going to get rusty. If
that's a daily thing, then.
Absolutely.
Don't leave it in the holster. Doesn't matter what the holster's made of, but especially if it's leather.
Yeah.
But,
I'm not a fan of leather in appendix carry. I'm a Kydex guy.
Yep.
Leather for outside the waistband for sure. But inside the waistband, I am a Kydex guy. I don't want the holster flexing.
No.
And changing the amount of frictional force it takes to remove the gun.
Nope. So. Well, Bill, you got anything else you want to share that we haven't covered?
No, I think we covered a lot of topics. I do, recommend, anyone that's listening to the podcast, take a look at our e-commerce site. It's at otistech.com, or see your local dealers. Certainly support your local dealers. And, if there's any comments or questions, send a email or call our customer service. And if it's something that, I'm open, doors open. If there's something that you want to ask or something that concerns you or something you just want to tell us about, love to hear what's on your mind.
Yeah.
And make sure you vote for Second Amendment supporters out there.
Yes.
And he does not speak Mandarin, everybody, okay? Before you run off, Bill, go look at, if you can on your computer, look at TK Customs.
Oh, I have some of their products. My moon clips are from TK Customs. The custom hammer that I bought from TK Customs, the 8-shot gauge that he has, right? Because after you load into the moon clips, I pop it into his gauge. They're good people. They're good people.
A little bit of scratch.
Oh yeah, no, this sport. I mean, we all started at a certain level, but we all have gone.
Yeah.
Keep buying more stuff.
Well,
Never have
just
enough.
buy one from him, and then it's all set up to go.
I had so my 929 stock had a 9 or 10 pound trigger pull. My 929 is about 5.5 to 6 pounds on a revolver. You got to shoot. You got to shoot federal primers.
Yes.
But I'll tell you what, it's a lot of fun shooting that gun. I could if I only had my competition gun is the M&P platform. So I've been shooting M&Ps for a number of years now. I used to be a 1911 guy back in the day, but then I went to FN. It was an FNS9 long slide, and then I just I got into the M&P and been really happy with it. But if I was forced to have to sell every gun but one, I think that 929 would be the one I would keep. That's just a lot of fun. Jerry gives us a target to shoot for, so
yeah,
he's an inspiration for sure.
Absolutely.
It's a sport that has no end.
That is a lot of money. Getting off that site. Thankfully, I don't currently own any guns that they make any stuff for. My only revolvers are a pair of single sixes, and I have a EAA Windicator, little 2-inch. And that's because it was a hell of a deal.
I was looking at that for this 9mm, this 327, and my wife happened to walk by, and I got some choice words on that.
I'm sure you did.
My family and I visited down in Pennsylvania. We went to Harrisburg and then off to Gettysburg, and we spent a couple days at Gettysburg. And on the way back, actually, we went down to Tennessee as well. Well, I picked up a couple of black powder guns, period black powder guns, and then subsequently, in the last 3 years, bought some reproduction black powder guns from Uberti. So, yeah, so the interest doesn't stop; it just continues to expand.
I got spoiled early on in life. I was a trap shooter for a long time, and got exposed to a Perazzi and then a Ludic, and I shot both of those for a long time. Still have both of them.
Nice.
So, yeah, cost of guns. That was just part of the sport.
Well, you've convinced your wife that they're investments, right? Just like the jewelry and the purses and the shoes that she's purchased.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've purchased them all, so
yes, you have.
Yeah. The best one was I ended up in Las Vegas on a little bender, and my wife told me to stay there so we can get divorced. And I got on an airplane and got back and called my nephew up, who works at a car dealer, and had a new car delivered to her.
There you go. There you go. Whatever it takes.
An Audi A6 for about it was about 50, 55, something like that.
Sure.
Yes. So
you redeemed yourself, Paul.
Yeah, I did.
Indeed.
So.
Good stuff. Well, all set on my end. I'm glad. Listen, if you guys want to do this again sometime, I'd be glad to.
Absolutely.
glad to
Yeah.
do that. And any feedback that any of your listeners have that either you want to get back to me or just have them reach out to us at Otis, and be glad to answer any questions or any comments they may have.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you very much for coming on. We greatly appreciate it. And
My
thanks for
pleasure.
continuing to put out a great product.
My pleasure. Thanks,
Are you going to
gentlemen.
be at SHOT?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay. I might see you there.
Awesome. Look forward to it.
All right. We'll cut you loose then.
All right, gentlemen. Have a good day.
Thanks, you too.
Thanks again.
All right. First things first. To all the veterans that are out there,
Happy Veterans Day.
happy Veterans Day. Okay. Especially Jim, who's not here today, and Chris, who is hopefully editing the last show, and Chris's wife.
Mhm.
So, and any of the other guys, I know we have a few others that are out there. Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for your service. And thank you, Paul.
Honor. It was an honor to serve my country. So,
My next revolver I want to get is something in 327 Federal.
okay.
What I can't figure out, Smith & Wesson just launched a new revolver in 32 H&R.
Yeah.
So what doesn't make sense to me, why don't you chamber it in 327 Fed? Because if you any gun that's chambered for 327 Fed will shoot 32 H&R Magnum. It'll shoot 32 Smith & Wesson long and short.
Right.
So I don't understand the thought behind that.
Weight.
Don't have to make it as heavy.
What frame is it in?
I don't remember.
K frame, probably, or a J frame. But a K frame is going to be a lot lighter, and than a
J frame.
J frame. See, there you go. You can do a lot with a J frame, but hanging something that big in there, nah. Yeah, it's all about frame sizes and what you can get.
They don't make one in 327 Federal at all. Interesting.
They stopped making it? Okay.
They don't. Let's check discontinued, but nothing current. No, even in their discontinued. Smith didn't make anything, so that's probably why then. Interesting. According to AI, the 632 Carry Pro Comp Pro. Ooh, they brought out the mountain gun in stainless now.
Okay.
So. Yeah, it must have been a previous iteration. So.
Yeah, well, Smith & Wesson Model 362 CarryComp Pro.
Mm-hmm.
That was in 327 Federal Mag. And that was back in 2012.
Henry makes a 327 Federal lever gun.
Ooh.
Treader arms. No, thank you. Oh, yep. There's. Yeah, it used to. God, that thing's ugly. That's 632 Pro.
Yeah.
That thing's ugly. So, Taurus makes one that's optics ready.
Ooh, there you go.
Anyway. All right, gang. Tin Man over on Rumble said, I need a lead cleaning jackhammer after running Cowboy Action 44 through a deagle. You might as well just heat the thing up to like 800 degrees and let the lead pour out of the barrel. Oh, man, that would be a mess.
Well, they make a tool for that. The old Lee lead remover.
Yeah. I don't know if Lee still makes it.
I don't know either.
We're going to go find out.
Yeah.
So when you're looking for Lee stuff, where do you go? Titan Reloading. Because if Lee makes it, Titan carries it. Why?
Lewis. It's Lewis lead remover. Excuse me.
Okay.
Lewis lead remover. And
Right.
yes, do they still make it? I don't see it.
Excuse me.
Lewis lead remover rifle kits at Brownells, but they go all the way up to 50 caliber, so
There you go.
yeah. And they make the Lewis lead remover handgun kits too. So
there you go.
and Brownells bought them out, just so everybody knows.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it used you had a brass screen and a rubber washer that you put in, and you pulled it through the forcing cone on a revolver or a chamber through a
Nice.
pistol, and it would scrub the lead out. Tell me how I know.
Mm-hmm. Experience?
Yeah.
Sweet. Alrighty. Well, that was a good show. It was nice to get him on and talking and finding out about some of the history and some of the other stuff. And
it's
really, it really is.
It's a reasonable, complete kit product that you're looking at. Even if you bought the shooter's box, I mean, for $200, I mean, it's all there.
Yeah.
And if you're out hunting, you can spend $50 or $60 on one of their kits.
The nice thing is if you buy the bigger ones, it comes with usually a smaller kit included.
Mm-hmm. And just just for going out hunting, and you can stick it in a pocket or a backpack or whatever, it'll save your day.
So the Otis Elite Universal Gun Cleaning Kit, the one that comes with the soft-sided, it's
Yeah.
$160. It includes one of these small in there that you can set up however you want, but it literally comes with let's see here if I can get a. So it comes with basically every brush you would need, picks, chamber brush. It comes with that blue brush he was showing off, different cables, CLP, the 2-inch patches and the 3-inch patches, the little orange bore light. So, and it's the bigger case, but then it's also got the smaller one, which you can just customize to whatever you need for that trip, and away you go.
Mm-hmm.
$160, totally worth it. So
Yeah.
so it comes with let's see here. 17, 22, 22 to 23, 243 to 260, 270 or 7 mil, 30 6, 30 cal, 338, 35, 35 cal, 38, 9 millimeter cal, 40 or 10, 40, 45, 50, 410, 28, 20, 16, and 1210. Comes with an 8, 12, and 36-inch memory flex cables, small and large obstruction removers, knockout mud stoves, stuck casings, small T-handle and stud included. Comes with the 223 chamber brush, pin punch, end brush, straight pick, locking lug scraper, short AP brush, double-ended AP brush, and male and female rod for more precise cleaning. Lens tissue spray and cleaner, microfiber gun cloth, chamber flag, half ounce of Shooter's Choice FP10 lubricant elite CLP. And then it comes with the complete technical cleaning kit in the soft case, which is 6 brushes, 3 cables, 2 and 3-inch patches. More of the Shooter's Choice FP10 and another chamber flag.
Yeah.
So what I thought was the bore light is not. It's a chamber flag. So sorry. And it's no nonsense warranty.
Yeah.
So obviously brushes are a wear item and stuff like that, but so Raggle Fraggle, I think for you that'd be fine. Yeah, I think you should do that.
Yeah. I'm on Amazon right now, and I'm looking. They have an Otis Elite gun cleaning kit. One size for $144, and it's got all the brushes in there, all the CLP and everything, and plus a little pack out, so that you can throw in your in your pants, in your hunting pack or whatever. And it's a nice setup.
Oh yeah,
Very nice setup.
yep.
And you're right. I mean, for the cost, you might as well go with the bigger kit and get the small one for basically for free.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely. So yeah, so that was awesome to have him on. Next week we have another guest, so it'll be fun. And the following week we're not on because it's Thanksgiving week, and Lord willing, there'll be some deer hunting involved. Maybe
Good.
that Tuesday.
Good.
Well, I'll definitely be out hunting. Actually, the second weekend, I'm actually going to take out a gentleman. When we were at GunCon, there was a gentleman and his wife that were here from Wisconsin, and we were talking and stuff, and he was kind of interested in getting into hunting. And he originally wasn't looking to do it this year because he was finishing up school, but he got school finished. And so I told him, I said, I told him there's organizations out there and there's stuff with the DNR stuff for Learn to Hunt. I said, but otherwise get a hold of me and, maybe we can take you out. So second weekend, we're going to go out on some public ground.
Oh,
And
okay.
kind of do some stalking. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
So
It's nice.
yeah.
Been a long time since I've been up to the Nicola National Forest to go deer hunt.
I'm not going all the way up there.
I know. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you know,
See, that's one of the nice things about Wisconsin is within. Well, even if I wanted to drive, say, an hour, I have two 5,000 plus acre
yeah.
public properties. So,
Yep.
so I don't know. We'll see what happens.
And if you're smart and it's wooded, you bring a chainsaw with you. You start the chainsaw up, and you cut a tree down or so. You'll have all kinds of deer there.
Unfortunately, the DNR frauds on that. Right now, I'm trying to talk my buddy into taking down. There's a couple of trees he wants to take down next spring. And I
Yeah.
said, you know how we have to do that, right? And he goes, no. I said, with tannerite. He goes, no.
There you go.
I'm like, it's spring. It's not going to scare them. They'll be back by fall. He goes, no.
Well, you wait until fall and you cut them down with a chainsaw. Deer love fresh cut.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah.
it's snackies that they couldn't get because they were up
Right.
too high.
Yeah.
So, but so Patriot Patch Company. It's November, so you know what that means. New patch. So we've got the Thanksgiving themed. Eat more pork. So, and then we've got Ryan's original drawing. So, but because it's November, there's always a Black Friday patch. And so that is the Black Friday patch. Cart scoped. So it's always fun to see what he's going to do for or cart sniped. It's always fun to see what he's going to do for the Black Friday patch. So there's been some really good ones. If you want to support the show and be a Patch of the Month club member, you can go to https://firearmsradio.net/category/podcast/reloading-2 and click on support the show. While you're there, you can also click on buy our merch and take you over to Southern Gals Craft site where they sell awesome stuff like this and the t-shirts that you see us wearing. Not tonight because mine's in the dirty clothes and I didn't do laundry over the weekend. So, and sweatshirts of all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah.
So, also, if you're looking for camouflage, go over and check out camerado.com. Sean's got some pretty cool stuff. That's Sean from We Like Shooting. He made his own camo pattern and it's got some really cool stuff, and he's kind of morphed it into some other not necessarily camo stuff. It's really fun. Use coupon code RELOAD to save some money. If you swing over to patriotpatch.co and you're shopping over there, use coupon code FRN to save 10%. They've got all sorts of awesome stuff. Clifford finally got his Reloading Podcast sweatshirt. Yay, Clifford! So I got to get me one of those. But I keep trying to talk him into getting a zippered one because I don't like hoodies, but whatever.
Yeah, me too. Want a zippered one. Now, guys, don't forget also in the YouTube section there's that dollar bill you can click on and support the show that way.
Yep. And you can do the same thing through Rumble, like Alaska Rusted this evening. He kicked in another $1 if you don't want to send money to Patreon. So if you don't want to do any of that, there's other ways to support the show too. So if you want to get a hold of us, reloadingpodcast@gmail.com. Somebody sent us some freaking emails. We haven't had any from listeners in a while. For crying out loud. Even if it's just say, hey, Mike, F off. I don't care. Oh, that's right. Clifford got one without a hood. So he just got a regular old-fashioned sweatshirt. See, I want a zippered one. That's the problem. I want a hoodie, but I want the zippered hoodie. So the full zip, not the quarter zip. Anyway, on that note, gang, shout out again to Bill for coming on tonight. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Shout out to my dumbass for actually getting Rumble to work this week. Yay! And keep your brass shiny.
Grandpa told me, don't listen to your mama. Violence does solve problems.
Especially when you use high explosives. My wife just sent me a text that says, hey, you podcasting late? This is about the normal time we're done, you dork.
Yeah, so we're only into it for an hour and 30 minutes. Come on.
I think, throw
Could
stuff
be
at
3
it.
hours like the last time we had.
Oh, my goodness.
That was good. Yeah.
That was. So, support the Second Amendment. Like Bill said, vote for candidates that support the Second Amendment only. If they're not... Unfortunately, a lot of times we're stuck with the lesser of two evils to figure out the one that's going to screw us the least. That's why Trump's in office right now, because he was the one that was going to screw us the least. If it's very hard to get a completely pro 2A candidate to run because they don't want to deal with the bull crap. So, but if you find candidates that are 2A, get on board. NRA is going to be sending out their ratings soon. They're back to doing what they should be doing instead of, paying for Wayne's Tailors. So if you're one of those people like me that said you're not going to support him until Wayne's gone, well, Wayne's been gone a year and a half, so it's time to pony up some money. That's what I'm going to do.
They're starting to get some headway now with their lawsuits and everything else too.
Mm-hmm.
They've been filing lawsuits and
yeah, they jump back in.
Yeah.
Both feet to all that. So, and they're building their war chest for midterms, gang. Remember, if you send it to the normal NRA, they can't use it for that. So if you want it to go towards the midterms, you got to go to ILA or PVF, which is Political Victory Fund. Institute for Legislative Action is usually strictly lobbying, but I think that's where the lawsuits are coming out of too.
Yep.
But the PVF is the part that kind of really does the grading and stuff like that. You can go to the NRA website and find out all that stuff because they have to list it separately and stuff. So, but the guy that took over for Wayne actually is doing a pretty good job and is really focused hard on getting the NRA back to doing what the NRA should be doing. Regardless of what anybody thinks, they're still the 800-pound gorilla.
It's the one everybody's afraid of.
It's the one that the politicians especially are afraid of. So it's starting to get strong and it's starting to get straightened out. We just kind of need to get back and get behind them. So.
Yep.
And that goes for me too. So when I get paid Friday, I'll be buying a 1 year. It's time. At least my opinion. If you don't want to, that's your choice. But I'm jumping back on board. So
I'll have to give them some money to ILA.
yeah. So most importantly, gang, especially as we head into the holiday season, um, it's dark at 5 o'clock now. It pisses me off. Really sucks. Um, and it's depressing. So you get people that I mean, seasonal affection disorder or whatever it is, SAD. It's real, gang. People get depressed because it's darker longer and it's cold and it's miserable and it's serious. Plus, you get around the holidays and people are missing their loved ones that they've lost and everything else, and it's hard. Um, Especially if you're scraping by paycheck to paycheck, because you see a lot of things that are going on sale for just dirt cheap compared to what they are normally, and you want to get them, but you can't. So I'm not saying you need to be giving people money, but check on your friends, check on your family. Don't take the bullshit answers, the I'm okay or I'm fine or whatever else bullshit answers they're doing. Keep an eye on them. So, and if you know somebody that's struggling, get them in contact with Walk the Talk America. Even if you're healthy, they've got some great resources, some surveys and tests and stuff that are good to take. So you've got a baseline if you're healthy and you're doing okay. They've got tests for anxiety and depression and all sorts of other stuff that's really cool. Check them out. If you are struggling, 988 or 1-800-273-8255. Save the 1-800 for the landline, but otherwise 988 from a cellular device. You can also text them. If you're a veteran and calling, hit option 1, and it'll get you more in line with um, some services and people that are more geared towards being able to deal with the unique situations that military veterans have to take care of. So check up on your neighbors and friends and everybody, and be kind. So,
Yeah, one other thing here, on a different subject.
mm-hmm.
I got asked a few podcasts back about doing some team meetings online and on reloading.
Yeah.
And if people are interested in that, um, get a hold of, leave a message through Mike or whatever. And
Yeah, send us an email, reloadingpodcast@gmail.com. Or if you're on Discord, private message Paul or I on Discord and let us know.
yeah, because
We would love to do that.
I would I'm working on a synopsis right now for it, and I want you know people to know about it, and I'd like to get a lot of you live, where you can ask questions and we can go through things. And I'm looking at maybe 7 shows like that,
Mm-hmm.
to go through everything. So, um, Mike and I would love to be, to answer questions and get people to really participate in this.
Yeah.
So,
Not like a chat, but actually like live. You
yeah,
join this. It wouldn't be the regular Tuesday night thing. It'd be a different night.
yeah,
We'd figure it out, but like a regular like Zoom call essentially for reloading.
right.
So, where you guys can get on and ask questions. Speaking of asking questions, the only stupid question is the one you don't ask. If you got a question, send us emails, hit us up on social media, Discord. If you want the Discord link, you got to send us an email, reloadingpodcast@gmail.com, and we'll get you the Discord. I'm usually pretty good, usually within like 5 minutes of the time I get the email, because all the podcast emails come to my phone. So,
So, yeah, like I said, this is, we're open to things. We want to try some new things. We want to get more people on,
mhm.
and we want to make it
Easier.
easier and more interaction.
Mm-hmm.
And the more you guys participate in that, the better our shows are. So,
And I'll get some more audio podcasts posted this week. So Thursday I'm going shooting. So the goal is to hopefully get some loads made up for the 30-30. So we'll see if that happens or not. Otherwise, I'm just gonna shoot some other stuff. So.
yep.
All right, gang. On that note, good night.
Good night, everybody.